Welcome, Taurus. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot, getting ready to do a meditation reading for you. I am prompted by Uranus's movement back into your sign for the last time until spring of next year, and it moved into your sign in 2018. So there may be something significant about the last 7 or 8 years that is coming forward for you personally. However, in general, this particular passage is about the way that our bodies inform our decisions and help us understand the pathways towards progress, success, abundance, the ways that we may be blocking ourselves. So this is a body knowledge. This is an area of your greatest strength. And so it isn't simply the body without any context. This is the natural world in general. How nature, how the earth shows us ways of growing productively and receiving the rewards of our efforts. I have pulled for you as your overall energy the Three of Swords, and this is describing a way that you are gaining deeper understanding about the way that you have in the past given away your power. This is quite often towards those we love, those we want to love, or those whom we want to love us. There's a way in which you have perhaps overgiven as a form of control towards others whom you wish to have a deeper connection with. And this is not always a conscious effort. This is simply part of the way that you were conditioned to experience love or relationship. And it's something that you have come to experience in your relationships negatively, so that you recognize that creating a codependence or being in a codependent relationship, despite the safety and security of that, is not ultimately what you desire. Underneath the deck, the Tower card. Know that everyone is getting this card, and I connect it directly to Uranus being in your sign, where you are opening up to other kinds of information and intelligence within you that is helping you to understand that the way in which you learned relationship was supposed to go is limited. That there are relationships perhaps that have ended in disappointment and failure. You've experienced plenty of those. But that is not necessarily the natural ending to relationships or bad relationships. Instead, you're learning that how to invest better by paying attention to your own body's wisdom, your own knowledge of what disturbs you, what makes you uncomfortable, what makes you feel sad or nervous, or why you are distrusting something or someone, particularly as it relates to something coming around again. And instead of simply assuming that that is the result of something that has not changed as you have, you're realizing that there are all kinds of ways that you blocked some greater success in relationships, that they weren't necessarily had to be failures, but that you're understanding better, that you recognize ways that you didn't trust or believe in success. I pulled from the Glyph Oracle the conflict or sword card, and that is kind of lining up with the Three of Swords. And I'm going to read from the guidebook. The sword represents the conflict and resolution of challenges faced, both external struggles against adversaries and internal battles within oneself. In spiritual traditions worldwide, swords often represent the power of discernment and clarity of thought. They cut through illusions and falsehoods, revealing truth and wisdom. In Hindu mythology, for instance, the sword of knowledge, Jnana, is wielded by deities to dispel ignorance and cast off disillusions. Similarly, in European medieval iconography, the sword was wielded by figures like Lady Justice, symbolizing impartiality in the pursuit of truth. The symbolism of the sword encourages reflection on the nature of conflict and its role in both the outer world and the inner psyche. Set healthy boundaries, and in that way you can protect yourself from negativity or harm. I'm going to look at the present. For you, we have the Two of Wands. So this is telling me you're actively considering how best to re-engage a relationship in a way that is healthy for you, whether you should engage or consider an activity or re-engagement with a former connection or opportunity. It also shows that you're done with waiting, that you understand your power better now. You're feeling more secure with who you are. And in that way, you are open to the honest advances of another with regards to formulating a potential connection, undefined according to your past, but being open to other kinds of connections that may be more oriented around doing work together or accomplishing something together. In the past, the Lovers, we've got a real emphasis here on choices to be made, decisions to be made. The decision you're considering now is, in fact, related to, I believe, for many of you, former relationship, one in which you experienced some kind of sustained connection over time. Perhaps it didn't work out, or it reached a natural conclusion, or you separated unhappily. But you, in either reconnecting with the person from the past or meeting someone else who shares similarities with that former connection, you're realizing that the premise of your relationship in the past was so limited. It was limited to a romantic notion of love rather than the opportunity to join with someone, to connect deeply with someone who is similarly aligned with you, and to agree upon building something that can carry you beyond simply the benefits of your relationship. There's work that you can do together that can benefit others. In the future, the Nine of Swords. Yeah, it feels as though you're in a process of really releasing some old suffering. And this is about the way in which you've experienced rejection, the way that you have suffered and been excluded from things that you felt that you could or should be a part of, the way loved ones didn't help you in the way that you had hoped they would, imagined they would. But rather than continuing to feel bad about the past, you are understanding better where you had a role in the suffering and pain you experienced, and that you are in the position now to release this. It isn't about struggle anymore. It's about connecting with others in order to build something that will benefit, of course, not only you and your loved ones, but others as well. I'm going to clarify these cards with the Ethereal Shadow Work deck, and I will finish up with the Crystal Oracle. If you're resonating with this reading, please like this video and subscribe to my channel, Pacific Tarot. Feel free to drop a comment if you feel moved to do so. And thank you to all of you who support me. In the present, the Two of Wands is clarified by the Four of Pentacles and the Two of Cups. So you are absolutely looking at sustaining and the foundation of your own self-worth, your own self-respect. It feels as though the project of self-love has been a very difficult one for you. And I do think for some of you, you've been looking through the lens of broken relationships, unhappy relationships, or shattered connections. There may have been a difficult childhood or early life, formative years, that really framed the way that relationships were experienced, and that affected the way you thought about relationships in a way that has now prompted you to recognize that nothing can be built without a similarly positive reflection of self. So the mirror that you hold to yourself should be the mirror of the beloved, the one deserving and worthy of love, loving, falling in love with yourself as you are, imperfect, flawed, but knowing that, honoring that, respecting that is the foundation for anything that you will build upon and grow, including, of course, relationships, but also your own success, your own abundance, your own stability and security rest on the sense of worthiness within you. In the past, the Lover's card is clarified by the Ace of Pentacles and the Five of Swords. So here the Lovers is really being seen as a new opportunity to reject the idea of the way others see you. You're really seeing that others don't know you in the way that you know yourself. Others don't see inside your life. They don't understand the complexity of your experiences. And instead of responding in anger or with vengeance towards those who have lied, hurt you, been unkind, been critical of you, you see this as an opportunity to build a new, more positive sense of self in the past that's built upon your phenomenal, practical love of the earth, of harmony, of beauty, of aesthetics, your natural desire to harmonize, to find balance, to look for reciprocity in your world. This is the source of your abundance. Your security is in making connections, making decisions based on mutual benefit, and teaching yourself about what that looks like. So in the past, you have done a lot of work to evaluate your responsibility in relationships. That always comes up. And you have built something more sustainable in your life, a sense of worthiness, of value, that you are important, that you are a pillar to your community, your loved ones, your family, your place of work. You provide a baseline of practical support and a sustained, phenomenal work ethic that has seen you through incredible hardship. In the future, the Nine of Swords is clarified by the King of Pentacles and the Six of Wands. Here we have victory. We absolutely have victory. The King of Pentacles is all about mastering your craft, whatever that craft, that gift, that talent is that you have, that gift that allows you to be generous, to show others how you do what you do. The greatest gift of your mentorship, your advisement, when asked. Your life shows a model of building some kind of mastery or achievement that you are now being recognized for. Others are seeing the way you do your part in any effort and how their regard for you is really confirming the sense of value and worth, confirming the sense that you don't have to be a star to make a contribution. And that, in fact, if you are a star, by doing your part as part of a team or an organization or an effort, reveals those beautiful star-like qualities, that hope, that inspiration that motivates you and others to do your best. I'm going to finish up this reading with a crystal oracle and hope that you found some insight here. I've pulled the clear quartz, and the key word is clarity. I have clarity in all aspects of my life. And I do want to emphasize the presence of some of these swords is really emphasizing your opening up to your intuition. You're opening up to new kinds of wisdom and information that clarifies things that you believed in the past were set in stone, that they weren't flexible or malleable, or you couldn't have an impact on the way things went. And you're now understanding that that is definitely not true. You are empowered and you are coming to recognize that power in all settings. Thank you for this reading. Thank you for your likes and subscribes. I appreciate all that you do to support me. Feel free to drop me a comment. Until next time, namaste.